Welcome back to what I worked on this week. This week was a really fun week. Trish and I, my wife, we took a little time to recharge. We went camping with the RV. I brought our dirt bikes with us, and I love dirt biking. It's a great form of exercise. It's a full body workout. I come back, I'm sweat head to toe. Got my wife into it. She's working along. She's doing really good. And then we go for lots of hikes. And we went for one particular hike that took us along this rock face, and we got to look at ancient art, old art in the way of petroglyphs. So it was super fun. And came back, got to work. Don't know why. I don't like to call my artwork work because it's not really work. It's just fun. It's who I am. It's what I do. And did some really fun stuff this week. Kind of prepped this dragon that I've been working on. It's a really fun way to do it. Get to see the P800 work a little bit, which is my printer, my Epson printer. Little insight to some of my process and how I work when I start working with inks, gold ink specifically, and did a whole bunch of other stuff. Even introduced a new piece, a piece that is old but you've never seen before, because that's why I work. I work on lots of different pieces all at the same time, because sometimes pieces need to sit, and sometimes they sit for a month, 2 months before I really decide it's finished or make the final adjustments, or it just speaks to me and tells me what it needs next. So let's go. It's going to be a good time, or it's going to be fun. Let's go. Thanks for joining me in what I worked on this week. As you know from the intro, I had a little time to recharge with my wife. For her birthday, we went up camping, took the trailer, took the dirt bikes, had a good time. I'm sure you've already seen that. But we had just a beautiful fire. We had some great riding and some great hikes looking at old art in the way of petroglyphs, and it was just a super fun time, a great way to recharge. But the one thing I do during that is my Trish, she'll bring her book, sketchbook, and artwork, and I'll bring my sketchbook. And so what I worked on this weekend while I was there is, I think this little fellow came out, which I thought his attitude was pretty fun. This guy came out, which I don't know. I just kind of erased through him and just had some fun with him. And this kind of goes, not every piece, like this guy's really interesting. Not every piece is really interesting, and that's okay. And then a fun little dragon, which I was just exploring ways in which if you breathe fire out, maybe he had these protective scales this way, playing with anatomy, what anatomy could look like for a dragon, and also playing with facial, thin to thick, just different faces, where teeth kind of come up, So just had some fun. So while I was there, just kind of just fun sketching and drawing. So obviously I did that. The one thing I worked on when I got to the house here, when I'm back in the studio, is I took this piece, which everybody has seen, but now it's time to add some gold to it. Because obviously this is a piece that I'm expanding on. And so what I do is I took it, and I have a P800, see it in the video here, and just print out some small ones on some decent paper, same paper I do the artwork on, hot press watercolor paper. And I'll experiment. I want some rings, gold rings. I want to play with gold rings, and then kind of just the gold that goes through his body, and what kind of gold I might want through here. But if I do it small, it'll allow me to experiment before I do it on the original. So I'll be working on that this coming week, but at least got it shot and printed out. The next thing I worked on is from the last video. I'm sure you recognize this fellow here. And his face was in contention of me erasing it last week. And so I have really worked on his face and started working on his anatomy. And he's got several arms, which is kind of really cool. The thing I love about anatomy sometimes is I get caught up into it. It's I know I got to add some things to it to make it more interesting. But I love anatomy because anatomy, even though you got to be precise, it's got to work. You got to know the anatomy. The way muscles split and work is different on everybody. So it's also extremely creative. You can create shapes and ways in which they work, right? As long as it's real. You got the bicep, you got the tricep, the way the tricep connects into, all of this is accurate, but I can play with the shapes to make it interesting. Even the chest, it comes out of here and it stretches from this point here in the arm, but I can be creative with those muscles. Same with just all of the muscles here. And so I love anatomy. It's just so much fun. So anyhow, worked a lot on him. I'm excited to see where he goes. The other thing I really went back to is I work on lots of pieces at once. You haven't seen this piece yet because this is one that I have started several months ago, got to a point and let it rest because I'm at a point where I'm really close. I'm getting super close to it being complete. Here's it kind of in a hole. But I'm trying to figure out, do I want to leave these shapes with the dragon that's down here just that way, just loose? And I think I am going to leave them loose. But am I going to do anything else to this area here? Or am I going to just let it be dirty? Also, am I going to do anything to the wings? I still need to add a little bit of highlight. Got to finish this coat up. But, some in her hair, some small stuff. But I'm so close to this one. So I went back, I started working on the coat and started working on a little bit more of the highlights and such. But yeah, this is a piece that I want to finish up here soon. Already have a frame for it, so I'm excited. But I got to finish it. It's time. I even cut this board out of a big board. It's time to find another start. I need to start some more pieces. So it's time to move on and get this one done. So in a nutshell, that's what I've worked on this week. So it's been really, really, really fun. This guy here, I will be doing a signature on and he will be done. I might do a teeny bit more pulling out of stuff. Love the arm, love how it came out. So I'm going to be signing this one here, and maybe next week I'll sign it and call it done as we talk. So that's been my week. It's been a good week. Fun art and a fun time. So anyhow, I always say, the only thing we can do is draw. Draw as much as we can so that you can create this visual memory. So even though you see I work in charcoal, as you saw in my sketchbook, I still draw, I still sketch, right? Because that helps with ideas, helps refine shapes, helps the mind work through problems, which is what we need to do. So remember, draw. That's the only control we have over all of this, is draw. Right here. Guys, take care.